Hello friends, welcome back to a new episode of Skilled Engineers where we talk about soft skills for developers, and in this episode we'll speak about focus. During the day you get a lot of notifications, a lot of messages, a lot of emails, a lot of Slack, and you always wear your mind away and you start losing focus from your main job, which is coding, and at some point you will get frustrated. Okay, I would like to do my part of job, which is coding, but I'm always have to reply to this one, or I have to respond to this, or I have to check this email, and at one point you say, okay, this is a lot of anxiety, it is a little bit hard to do my own job. And part of it is related to our evolution, because the human mind is always chasing instant notifications to either find food or to go away from predators. But at the same time, this is a problem in the 21st century, because we're relying a lot on notifications to help others and also to do our job. So in this episode we'll discuss different techniques you could do to improve your focus during work and be able to become a better programmer. And the first thing you have to take care about is lifestyle changes. It's very critical, I cannot stress enough on it. It's what directs your effort, what directs your focus, and it's divided into three main things or three main categories: sports, nutrition, and sleep. So the first one, sports, the easy way you could do is during lunch break you could go for a walk, take some vitamin D from the sun if there is sun, and walking around, also making your blood move and start gaining more focus, and instead of just lying on your desk all day or just eating on your desk your lunch. So try to move around from time to time. My options that I am doing, because currently it's cold outside and it's very hard to go walking, I have already a home cycling where I do cycling during lunch break. So this is one option you could do. You could buy a home cycling equipment and start doing some sport. But any option you have to do is, first thing regarding sports, try to do any type of sport. Second one is nutrition, and I am not a dietitian to advise you on what to do, but at least you should have a bottle of water. I already have it here. I always drink it during my work, and also try to avoid sugar as much as possible during the day, because the problem with sugar, it always spikes your sugar level in the blood and basically it goes down automatically. So you would feel, okay, I would like to eat more and more and more. So in this case you would become bad and you feel bad about yourself. So this one you could also improve, start reading about diets, what to do for your body. I'm trying to do it as well to start getting in shape basically. So this is regarding the first two, which is sport and nutrition. The third one is sleeping, and what you could do is trying to make some sleeping ritual. So something you would do before sleeping to relax, and you have time to stop all your equipment. For me, for example, I just watch an hour of TV before sleeping. Yes, I know some people will say, no, I would like to do other stuff, like you could do yoga, or you could just relax, meditate, whatever you would like. Do what makes you relax before sleep, that you shut down everything, you don't have to think about anything. So for me, I watch a show on Netflix, for example, for 1 hour, and then I would relax. So this is for me, for example. For you, it would be the same. So try to do some sleeping ritual. So to recap, at least for this one, because it's very critical: sports, try to do some walking during your work day or cycling equipment. Nutrition, try to read about dietitian and what you should eat, and at least have some water, less sugar. Sleep is very critical, and it's very important, because if you have bad sleep, you would lose focus the next day. You would feel like slaggy or slummy. So in this case, try to have good sleep, and the best way to do it is having sleeping ritual. Second tip is try to find 2 golden hours during the day. So this 2 golden hours during your work day, there is no one is calling you or messaging you or doing anything with you, and you have this snooze button on your Slack message. You are not receiving anything from anyone, and you're just focusing on programming. So you could communicate with your team, hey, during these 2 hours I wouldn't respond to anyone, I have to focus on messages. If you have some urgent stuff, you could contact me, for example, like use this way. And also Slack has this push message even if it's new, so you could tell them, okay, if it's very urgent, you could press this one. For me, I am doing something different from this. I am working from 7 to 9 before everyone even start working. So in this case, no one messages me or do anything, so I have 2 hours in the morning I could focus, and also at the same time I could finish early. So you could do this one. Try to find 2 hours. If you could wake up early, you could do it. If you can't, you could do it, for example, after lunch. You have 2 hours, you tell your team, hey, please don't message me, don't do anything about it, and you snooze everything. So the critical point about all of that is communication. Communication is a very important key. The third problem is with ad hoc calls and instant messages. You already knew during the day, yes, you will snooze your calls, you will snooze every messaging app during the 2 golden hour, but how about the next 6 hours? What you should do? So you could differentiate between two type of ad hoc or instant messages or instant communication. You could differentiate between two things. The first one is something urgent and non-urgent. Urgent, of course, you have to do it. You have to reply. There is no option about it. Like, for example, production server is down, so you have to respond directly. But how about non-urgent one? You could divide your time like Pomodoro cycles, for example. You do 25 minutes of focus work, and the next 5 minutes you respond to all of these non-urgent messages. So 25, you, for example, you could snooze, and then 5 again, you just come back. But you have to communicate always with your team what you could do and what you shouldn't do, for example, because you don't want to be like the one who everyone is trying to message and is not responding. So you could try to define your messages from urgent and non-urgent, and urgent one, of course, respond. Non-urgent, they can wait, it's not a problem. Fourth one is working with intention. So when you start your day, you have to set 3 goals, 3 tasks that you need to finish by the end of the day. Plan how you are going to finish them, and if there are any blockers, for example, you have to add a new shopping cart in your application. This shopping cart maybe require design, so this is a blocker, so I shouldn't do it first. I have to do it maybe the second task. Okay, so I check the first task. This first task requires testing, so testing would come after, so I could do this one first, and then testing, I have to communicate with them to unblock it because they have to test this task. So 3 steps. Put 3 goals you need to do by the end of the day. Plan how you are going to do, of course, and try to find blockers, and from the blockers you start prioritizing them, and then you start finishing them. So in this case, you will start focusing on 3 main tasks and not just like start the day, okay, what should I do today? Like, don't do that. Try to put 3 goals. Either you put it at the start of the day or maybe at the end of the previous day. So you'd say, okay, next day I have to do these 3 tasks, and in this case, in the next morning you already have your task set and everything, and you just like plan and find blockers in this case. Fifth one is discipline, and I have found like a good definition of discipline, and it is the ability to do your task regardless of your mood to reach your goal. So all of the above advice doesn't have any value if you don't have good discipline and trying to improve every day, improve your process to finish your task. So like all of the above tasks, like sports, like food, trying to work with intention, 2 golden hours, all of that, if you don't have discipline to do all of that, like you are just like watching a video and you wouldn't get any value of it. So the easy way to try to have discipline is try to track all of these things. Try to have a record of different things you are doing during the day, or should basically do during the day. So I should like do sports, I have to drink, I have to like work with 3 goals, I have to find these 2 hours. So put some paper, you could like take a paper and just write all of these things and start marking every day. Okay, I have finished this, I have finished this. And for me personally, I have this notebook. I already have like different things I have to finish during the day, and I already finished all of these things. I try to mark, okay, I have finished this one, I haven't finished all of these things. And at the end of the day, I start to think, okay, what I have did wrong and what should I improve. And in this case, every day you start having more discipline and you start finishing more things and trying to reach your goal at the end. So this is very critical thing. Just like I said, take a paper and just write at least now 2 hours of work you have to do, like 2 golden hours. Drink water, do quick 7 minutes sports, and every day just check all of these things. Okay, I have done this sports, okay, I haven't drank water, okay, maybe I should get bottle beside me, I didn't find time for the 2 golden hours, okay, how could I find it? Maybe I should discuss it with my manager, with my teams. So maybe set a small meeting or a small message to all of them. So all of these things you have to track, and in this case you start having more discipline. So you just have to improve 1% every day, and by the end of the year you would become better version of yourself. And of course, like, you are seeing now this video at the start of the year, so it's a good opportunity. You have a lot of energy to do different things, so you could start doing this thing. I hope this video added value to you. If you have any questions, if you have any suggestions to improve on this process, you could leave them in the comments. I would respond to all of them, and let's have a discussion about all of that. And yeah, thank you, and see you in the next video. Ciao.